Hello, beloved ones. 𝐼𝐸 here, the embodiment queen. If it's the first time that you are watching this, 𝐼𝐸 is my name. I am an authentic self-embodiment soul liberator and a quantum witch doctor, empowering heart-centered leaders to shed the masks and embody their authentic selves, create their soul's deepest desires, living from passion, power, and sensuality without giving their powers away or abandoning themselves. And today, I just wanted us to have a conversation about why are you doing this to yourself? That's what kept coming based on the conversations that I had, and even my own experiences, to say there was a time when I was allowing outside circumstances, people to really determine and define who I am, determine what's going to happen. And I was kind of like living my life by default, not knowing what's going to come, not being intentional, just living in fear. And when I'm talking about that, when I mentioned living in fear, I actually remember many times that I experienced either my bag being snatched away, my house being broken into. I never felt safe by then. I was not feeling safe at all. And even in the relationships that I was in, I didn't know what's gonna happen next. I was just like, okay, they're gonna cheat. What's gonna happen? And even being afraid, because some of the relationship were even abusive. Emotional, mental, a bit of physical here and there, but it does. Like, for instance, I still remember one relationship that I was in that was even physically abusive, and there was a lot of brainwashing that was that happened in that relationship, where I was just like, just listening when someone is saying whatever that they were saying, and I was just going ahead, believing them, anchoring in fear and all that. And I lived my life by that. I attracted situations that were bringing those more of those situations where I get to feel powerless, hopeless. They are doing this to me and all this stuff. This is why I'm asking you, why are you doing this to yourself? Because I still remember what I experienced. Like one incident when I was in the hospital giving birth to my second born, my daughter, and my partner left me while I was in labor. And I remember feeling desperate at some point because I had to sign some papers, and I was like, oh my God, my partner was not there. And I was pissed off at the same time. And of course I was in pain, and whenever he came, like, I was just about to give birth, thanks God, like things just worked out, and the following day I was in the hospital. My mom didn't know how to come to the hospital, and my partner was not there. And I'm telling you this experience because I experienced the same thing. How many years later? I don't know, 5+ years later, 7+ years later, in Europe, with a different person. And by then I can't say I was angry. Something bigger than anger was happening. And I realized that whatever that was happening at that moment, it's triggered by this incident, which of course a part of me was like, this is just too much. But there was a memory that was triggered of something that happened in the past, that, like, that similar experience. So as much as I was angry at this person and everything and all that, when this awareness just came through to say, how many times are you going through this? How often are you going to settle for less than you deserve? I was like, okay, why do you keep doing that to yourself? How? I asked myself that question to say, for how long am I willing to be in the situation where I get to face being abandoned in the moment when I need help the most? Why are you doing that to yourself? For how long are you willing to be in that situation? Where am I abandoning myself? This is where I get to really rewind everything and look at myself to say, let me just be honest. Let me just look at my life. Who has been living this life? Is it the real me, or it is an aspect of myself that I expect people to like, to love, to accept, whatever that I wanted? Where is me? Where is this powerful, amazing person that I feel I am? Because despite all the mask that I was wearing, deep down within me, I knew that there is a certain nonsense that actually I would accept certain crap, but when it gets to a certain point, I was just like boiling. It's kind of like no more. But the question is, why wait until it's like a certain level of crap that I was taking before I can just say no? Or for other people, because for some people, you wait until your knees hit the floor, where it's kind of like, I'm just powerless. Oh God, please. Why wait until your knees hit the floor? Or why wait until you hit the boiling point? Because by then I was functioning from anger was the motivator that was like pushing me to say, enough is enough. I was functioning from that point. And when I get there, those who know me just knew that this is not the time. So I was always waiting, playing the ever smiling, loving how who just gotta who's taking all the things, I'll just go as far as other people want because I wanted to be nice, I wanted to be accepted and all that. But when I felt like now it's enough, then it's kind of like and then after reaching that boiling point, saying whatever shit that I want to say that I've kept within me for a long time, then I've scared everyone off, and I'm like, oh my god, did they really see that? Did they really get to receive that fiery aspect of myself, the bitchy aspect of myself, whatever that I call that aspect that I was not really bringing through a lot, because it was not bitchy, but it was showing up as bitchy because it wanted to protect me. If I was just embodying my power, I would just be the queen that I am now. But by then, I was hiding, playing powerless, playing too nice, playing too accommodating. I'll just accept anything and everything that was thrown at me until a point where I'm like, all this crap gotta go. Like I said, where I found myself abandoned not once, but twice with different people in different countries, in different continents. And I was like, for how long are you willing to do this to yourself? Who is showing up? Why should I wait all the time for the bitchy aspect to defend me, to protect me? Because that aspect might have shown for me when I was young and I didn't know how to deal with situation. But at 30 plus years, I'm still waiting for something to come push me and say, get the hell out of here, or say no, or whatever. Why wait until you reach the boiling point? Why wait until your knees hit the floor? And I'm just here to ask you that because I was having a conversation with this amazing, awesome, magnificent lady this morning, and she said, God knows why I did not register for this challenge, but I know I need it. And what I loved is that even when she was saying that, she called one of the labels that she labels herself with. Because at times we are attached to labels. We call ourselves that. It's kind of like an affirmation to be in that limitation. Because no matter how something, at times it's not about something being negative. It's something can be something as positive as like I said, being a mother, it's a positive thing, and you cannot take the mother outside of you. We love nurturing, right? But where is it enabling other people to experience things, to go through stuff and really reveal their power to themselves? Where is it even hindering you from revealing other aspects of yourself, other talents that you have, other brilliance that you have, besides just being a mother? At time we hold into labels, and that's stopping us from really embracing all other aspects, because we are not only one thing. For instance, if I call myself an accountant and just wore this on my sleeves everywhere, on my forehead, so to say I'm an accountant, and just held into that. Yet I knew that this is a great job, it pays well, but it's not expensive for me. For somebody, it might be expensive, because I still remember that I worked with an amazing leader. I'll call him a leader, because for him, when there was a problem, he was like excited to say, oh, let's find out what that is. I'm just curious what's going to come out of that. And this is the state where I'm in now. I get to understand, because by then I was just like, this man must be crazy, where he would even recommend a book to say, take this book when you go on a holiday, and read it when you are by the beach. And I'm like, who would go around with a big book of accounting or financial reporting standards at a beach? Are you kidding me? While there's so many things to just you know e- embrace, like watching people in their bikinis, listening to the waves, being, and I'm holding a book with all the financial reporting standards. I was like, this man is crazy. But right now, I'm doing something that, when you talk about carrying a book when I go for a vacation or something, it's something that I do gladly, lovingly, because for me, this is not a job. This is something that is exciting. When I meet someone who's got it might be a pain that is, however excruciating it is, because I get to feel it. I don't wait for them to tell me. I get to just know this is what is going on. But even when I observe that, or when I get to feel whatever that they're carrying, I'm not like, oh my God, how do you live with this? I get excited. I'm curious what's gonna come out of this, because that's what is expensive for me. Just finding the solution to these issues, realizing what the body is going through, getting to communicate with the body and see what the body is saying, because the body is always communicating with us. It's always sharing something with us. The question is, are we listening? So I'm just here to ask you, if you have not joined this free 7 days schedule mass challenge, why are you doing that to yourself? Because people have stories. We always hold into excuses. I don't have money, that's why I'm not doing this. But the truth is that when you really want something, no matter how much it costs, no matter the time, you'll make time for it. You'll definitely do it. So it's not about the resources, it's not about the timing, it's not even about the desire, but it's those blogs, those stories, those doubts, those fears that are holding you back. This is why even at times we settle for less than we deserve, because I know that in many situations, for me, even when someone says, I love you more than anything, you might move on, but you won't find someone who love you like me. I'll be like, that right? So I should just stay here and, yeah, take all this crap, because they love me. That's what they were telling me, but that's not what I was witnessing. That's not what I was feeling. So I'll just let my mind buy into the stories, while the experiences were telling me something else, while my intuition was also telling me something else, but I was not willing to move. I still remember when I did a prayer and I say, God, I want to know if this is the relationship I'm meant to be in. If this is the relationship I am meant to be in, I am meant to experience myself in for the rest of my life, give me a sign. I want to know, because I am so depleted. I am so tired, God. I say that probably on Monday. And on Friday, I received a call from my then partner. And when I received the call, and I don't even know, because I was sleeping, I picked up the phone and I put the phone on my ear without saying hello or anything. And then this person was calling his girlfriend and saying, I love you, baby, da 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 da, whatever names that whatever name that he was saying. And I'm just there listening. And at the end I said hello. And I was like, oh my God, sorry, whatever excuses and all that. Did I leave? No, I did not. Because I was in all the doubts, all the fears. Oh my God, now I've got two children, da da da. What's gonna happen? And we do this a lot. And one other myth that I want to sort of let you help you let go of, because I said I experienced being abandoned in the hospital while I was in labor with my child in Botswana. And by then, with my partner, I was not married, I was single. And then I experienced being abandoned at the hospital. By then I was married. So at times you sit in a situation and you go like, if I was married, my life would be different. Or maybe now you are married and you are frustrated. If I was single, maybe my life would be different. No, it doesn't matter whether you are single or married. It doesn't matter whether you are black, white, purple, green, yellow, whatever. The question is, who are you? What do you desire to experience? Do you feel that you are worthy of it? And the time when you can create that, if you can fall into it without being scared, because even right now, if you desire to have an amazing, beautiful, gorgeous, sexy body feeling into it, it's not about when I get there after losing whatever. If you desire to be in a relationship where your partner respects you, loves you, appreciates you, it's just like being in this expansive relationship where you just get to show up yourself as yourself. You get to do those things for yourself. It gets to start with you. If you want to do a business that really pays you well and all that, the question is, how do you relate to money? I was sharing with someone earlier that I was connecting with the consciousness of money, and money was showing me something kind of like it's just shifting my focus into a room and say, can you have a look at that? Why would I fall in love uh, with someone in that situation? And I could feel this energy that was coming through. It was kind of like a competitive, hustle, push, whatever energy. There was no relaxation. There was no romance. There was no expansiveness. There was no joy in it. And money said, I love fun. I love fun. So when you experience that lack, observe where you at. This is what I'm asking. How do you relate to money? You understand? So whatever that you desire and you feel is not there, the question is, do you perceive yourself as somebody who is worthy of that? Because I'm going to repeat this. It's something that I said in one of the things that I do wherever that I say that, to say, if you do not have money and if you are not happy and you feel like your lack of money is what makes you unhappy, I've got news for you. It's not money that makes you unhappy. You will still be miserable, even more miserable when you have money. Because your joy does not depend on money. Your joy does not depend on you losing weight. Your joy does not depend on you having a partner. Your joy does not depend on you being single. Your joy does not depend on you not having those situations, circumstances out, you know. So why are you doing that to yourself? Because this schedule, 7 days schedule mass challenge that I'm taking you through is just to help you open your eye to the truth that you are the one missing. You are the one who is not present with you. If you can be with yourself, you can shift a lot of things. I know when I had this, when I was asked, find your joy where you are at with the people that you are at without your children, all the stories that I was saying, I was like, how is that even possible? How is that even possible? Then I realized I went through different situations where I had no money, and I've met people who were in their own unique, different situations and circumstances, and they said, I've never felt so expansive in my life. And from there, you are able to create without any attachment to say, without this, who am I going to be? Which it happens to most of the people. I'm afraid of trying because I might fail. I'm afraid that if I lose this, then, so you are not even giving yourself a chance to expand, to create in joy, because you are so much in fear that, oh my God, what's going to happen? Am I going to lose myself? All those stories and all that. But when you just know that who you are, no matter where you find yourself, you can create that, because you are that which creates. This is why even when I talk about giving birth, it's you who gets to give birth to whatever that you desire, because right now you might be at that job, be working at that job where you spend probably 10, 12 hours. Because I know I used to spend 12 hours by my workplace, 12 hours, whatever. I would go to work maybe 2 a.m. in the morning, find my children completely sleepy, wake up in the morning while I'm preparing them to school. I still remember, I mean, it's not funny, but I was watching my son's teeth the other time, and I'm busy putting this toothbrush in his mouth, and he's just like, "Mommy, no, what's wrong with you? Time is up," And he said, remind me that he tried to say that many times. At the end, I got it because I could not brush his teeth. When I checked, I realized that I was using the scrub, the facial scrub. And that's what stress does to you. And what are the crazy things that you find yourself doing? Huh? Because you are going through something. You don't even have time. You can't even pay attention. At times, it's not even about having the money in the account. At times, you are even broke to pay attention to your environment, to pay attention to who is here, what is here, to what is happening, to stop and breathe. Speaking of that, just take a deep breath, connect to your body. How are you feeling? Do you feel those sensations? Because there is something that I'm feeling with the masculine energy that is just coming through. Do you feel those sensations in your body? You could be feeling it from your right leg that is just coming through. Because speaking about just pushing things through, that's the masculine energy that we use to say, I'm just gonna do, I'm just gonna do, I'm just gonna do, I'm just gonna do. And the feminine is the one that just brings in that alignment. Because when you have a vision and it's really coming from deep down your soul, and you are aligned with it, you are connected with it, your mind is in agreement with it, your heart is in agreement with it, your body is on board with it, there is just that flow that usually just happens, where it's not like this push thing you get to push, just go ahead and do it, and things are not working out. You don't stop to say, why are things not working out? What is this telling me? Where do I need to be in alignment? You just push through, until something breaks. Probably it's you, because most of the time, what breaks is your health. The pushing through does not benefit you anymore. Your body cannot take it anymore. This is why at times people end up with strokes, with heart attack. I mean, I'm not saying that's the only thing, but we know stress contributes to that. I know there was a time when I had that one-sided headache, because I was even afraid of taking my leave at work, because I didn't feel that I didn't feel secure enough. So I kind of like had to be there all the time to protect my job, to protect my position, and I didn't have time for my children. I didn't even have time for myself. I didn't even enjoy all the money that I was making, you know. So why are you doing that to yourself? What action are you taking that is going to give you different results, different outcome? Because if you keep on doing the same thing that you've been doing the past 5 years, the past 2 years, and you're not getting any different outcome, something is amiss. There is something that you need to align with. And I know that the doubts, the fears, the imprints, at times, hexes, cases, whatever, at times there are things that are playing its own whatever, that are interfering with whatever that you are to create, that are interfering with your greatness, that are interfering with your magnificence. But it doesn't matter whether they are there, because if you're not willing to do something so that you can shift those things, it's quite interesting, because as I'm speaking about this, there's some energy that I'm just kind of like feeling that is coming through, and especially the throat. One of you, whether you are watching or you're watching or you're going to watch in the future, there is just that energy of really not expressing your truth, not expressing yourself, and that is affecting whether it's a relationship, whether it's your work, whether it's your business. Because if you're not able to really express your truth, then who are you? What is it that you're offering? Because at times when you speak about you and you showing up in your business, in your career, even at work, I know I was working, I was employed before, but I could not. I mean, I was just kind of like a faceless entity, if you know what I mean. You know, uh, Even when I was being picked up on, crap was thrown over me, I I felt like whatever, but I was boiling deep within, and I was like, they don't know what they're dealing with. One day will never come, because I was afraid of losing my job. I'd rather keep quiet, even at times, even as simple as asking a question to say, what was that? I did not understand my homework or whatever. I'll just try to figure it out on my own, and then affirm more to how dumb I am. Because at times we get to say those inner criticism and all that. When you can join the Shadow Mass Challenge, there's a lot of things that you're going to learn. Because I went through those things myself. And I'm here to call you out, not because I want you to shame yourself or I want you to judge yourself or I'm shaming you or whatever. It's because these are real things. And even at times we destroy our own relationship because we are not present, because we do not get to communicate our truth. Somebody might be with you for 10 years, for 20 years, and they don't even know your concerns. They don't even know what you are worried about. They don't even know that you are not happy. We're just trying to just go around because if I say something, maybe I'll cause the disharmony. So I might sit here. Maybe it's better if I sit here with the illusion of peace. And even when you get to help people, because at times people, I feel what serves people at times is like calling people to wake them up. Because some people might be showing up as a victim every time complaining to you, whether you're a coach or whatever that you do. Someone might be showing up from that victim, even if you're a friend, or even a partner. It doesn't mean that you get to agree with whatever that the other person is saying, because by agreeing with them all the time, you might not be helping them. Maybe they go to the work that makes them feel miserable. They have been going there for the past 10 years, 20 years, and you're just like, oh, your boss is a bad person, or your boss, or your friends are like this. Why don't you ask that person to say, are you willing to maybe shift things? Because if you shift things, if you change yourself, the things that you are looking at get to change. How would it be like, my love, if you get to look for a new job? How would it be like if you get to communicate how you feel to your partner, rather than just saying, oh, that's just a piece of crap? Because at times what comes through from your friends or whoever, it's not about what you're telling to them. It's about their own unresolved issues that comes through, and they dominate the conversation. Like I said, they don't care what's going to happen because it's not that relationship. They don't care what's going to happen because it's not their job. It's not their business. So watch out when you go out there and complain, instead of seeking help from someone who's going to look from both perspectives to say, okay, can you change your partner? Can you change your boss? Can you change whoever that you're complaining about? Hell no, or heaven no. But you can change yourself. You can choose what you want to experience in your levels of creation. I believe you are that magnificent creator. You have that power within you. If you align with the God self that you are, if you align with that aspect of yourself that knows that it came here to express itself in a different way, because those aspirations, those inspiration that are coming through, they're not just coming through and knocking in your awareness just to tease you. They're coming through, and that voice is subtle. It's not as loud as your doubts and your fears. No, it's just subtle, because it knows you're gonna hear it. It knows who you are. It's not afraid. It's not afraid. There is nothing that it has to prove, to fight, or whatever. It's just saying lightly, how about you start that business? How about you look for a new job? How about you start dating? It's just because it knows it's who you are. How about embracing more joy? How about the frequency of bliss, of harmony, of abundance, of prosperity? It's just calling you forth to align with that. It's calling you forth to embrace more of that. And you might be closing it out because you are in your fear to say, oh my God, I don't want to receive this. What does this mean? If you are offering me that, what is it that you want in return? Which is something that I get a lot, where people are not they're not ready to receive because they get to watch to say, are you just giving me, or there is something that you want? It's kind of like, I have to figure it out first. No, it's fine, thanks, I'm okay. But at the end, it's kind of like, I'm not okay. And because I believe God is giving us through other people. If you pray this morning and say, God, I need an answer, and there is something that resonates with you, that's God saying, my child, or the embodiment of me, because I believe we are the embodiment of that, which is, we are the embodiment of the divine. We are the embodiment of Elohim. We are the embodiment of El Shaddai. We are the embodiment of Yahweh. We are all that. The question is, are we in the space to really see ourselves as the God, the creator that we are, or we are so attached to the master-slave relationship? To say, master, can I have this leftovers? Is it okay at least to have someone that I can have sex with, because I don't think that I can receive love? Maybe I'm just going to sit here and sit with threats and cry for attention, because that is at least better than being loved. So when I just want to grasp attention by complaining, that will just be enough, even if it's for 10 minutes. they'll just see me for 10 minutes. I don't think I'm worthy of love. At times you show up like that. That's why when you're given an opportunity, you don't jump in. Like I said, it's not because of resources, it's not because of time, it's not because you don't have the desire. You have all those desires. That's why at times you buy books, but you don't get to read them because something is coming through that is you buy courses and you don't get to complete them. This is why it's important to have someone hold your hand. And with this free 7 days Shadow Mask Challenge, I'm holding your hand with the team that I am with, because we all have our teams. The question is, are we willing to embrace the help that is coming from the beings that are always offering their support? Be it the ancestors to say, yes, we have been held back by so much stories. We have been held back by sadness, by grief. We have been held back by separation consciousness, by lack, whatever that is. But now things are different. Are you willing to embrace the wholeness? The divine wholeness? Are you willing to embrace this prosperity that is available for you? May you be the one in your ancestral lineage to lead those who believe that it's not possible, to say it is done, and I'm the one who's going to do that. Are you willing to release your children and everyone that is going to come after you, so that tomorrow when they say our ancestors did not go through this for nothing, you know you are the one who stood up for them and say it ends here? Because your voice holds the frequency of your ancestors, and if you do not express who you are doing your ancestors the disservice, because they went through a lot so that things can change the way they are. This is why even now things are so different. Things can change in the instant. That's how shift happens. That's how changes happen. And you can do it because they went through what they went through so that you can have it better. There might be some things that are happening, but it wasn't like this 10, 20, 30, 100 years ago. Things are different for you. Opportunities are here, and you've got the potential, my love. So why are you doing this to yourself? For how long are you willing to allow doubts, fear, and all those voices that are not even yours to hold you back? I just wanted to come here to love you and to ask you this question, because I asked myself this question and I woke up because I was not willing to live my life in grief anymore. I know asthma is one of the disease that was dominant in my family, and as you know, asthma at the core of it's grief, and I had a bit of it when I was young, but I was not willing to live my life in grief. Because when I said no more, I could feel the presence of my ancestors, the women who did not have a say, who stayed in marriages that they did not want to stay because they were forced to. I could feel the fear that came with, is it safe? Even when I was going through circumstances where I'm going to show you who you are without me, I knew that I can do it, and I went ahead with it because I know I deserve better. And I know I've got so much love to give. And I know that marriage does not mean not having a voice. Marriage does not mean not living your purpose. It means having someone who can hold your hand as they cheer you and they propel you forward, and you do the same for them. I just came here to share my experiences with you so that you can look within your experiences and look and see where you are defining yourself with whatever that happened, or where you are holding yourself back because somebody did this or this problem or whatever, because that's not that. You can decide and you can choose differently. You always have a choice, beloved ones. You have a choice at all times. And things can change at a snap of a finger. I love you, and I'm going to leave you with that. If you feel called, the link is in the message, comment, whatever. Please click the link and sign in for the 7 days Shadow Mask Challenge. Much love and thank you for your presence. Bye-bye. And I would like you to share what you felt, what came through for you, where you're watching this from, replay, live, and your opinion. Bye-bye.